We are now joined by Ujjwal Nikam, who has been appointed as a special public prosecutor in the Badlapur case. Now, Mr. Nikam, according to Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and many politicians who in fact are responding, there's a lot of political blame game happening. How do you perceive this case? How do you plan to approach the prosecution in this sensitive case involving the alleged sexual assault of minors, of the nursery kindergarten girls?
Frankly speaking, I have not yet received any official communication from the state, but informally, the Deputy Chief Minister, who is in charge of the home portfolio, has yesterday called me and told that the people yesterday who had assembled and who had Rail Roko Andolan, they made a fervent appeal before the police official that I should accept this case as a special PP. And therefore, on the request of the Deputy Chief Minister, I consented, and Deputy Chief Minister Fadnavis told me that this matter is to be taken to the logical end. And I assured him that yes, I will see that the justice will be done to the victims, and yet the investigating agency has to investigate the crime, they have to file the charge sheet, and the role of the public prosecutor comes only after filing of the charge sheet.
Right. Now, as far as the outrage is concerned, you are saying that you understand that people were angry and that the Rail Roko went on for about 10 hours, something the Chief Minister also pointed out. And you're also saying the accused should get a fair opportunity. But here we're talking about alleged sexual assault of the minors. Isn't it obvious that there will be outrage?
Prima facie, it appears that the crime is very serious. Two minor girls below the age of 5 years, they have been mercilessly ravished by the accused person. And within the span of 2-3 days, I think this incident must be condemned in the strongest possible terms. Now, it seems that the entire case rests on the circumstantial evidence. Now, the police have to do certain job very seriously. They have to connect the chain of the circumstances, and let us see what police investigate the crime and what has come out after filing the charge sheet.
The medical report also talks about the hymen of one of the girls was found to be broken. And did you expect the protesters to behave otherwise? Also, introspecting the case and the details that have come to fore, the delay in the police action. Do you think that it was intentional? Were there external factors? Will you acknowledge that there was a lackadaisical attitude on part of the state police?
No doubt the delay in lodging the FIR is looked with seriousness. But ultimately, we have to see that the victims are minors. They have made initial complaint to the parents, that is the mother. It seems from the media report. The media reports further shows that the mother and father had gone to the doctor, and the doctor told them that this has happened, and thereafter they went to the police station for lodging the complaint. It seems that there was a delay in lodging the complaint because considering this time, and they were asked to wait in the police station. This is certainly to be condemned in the strongest possible terms, and that is the reason as to why the government has immediately placed the concerned police officer under suspension. That is a departmental action is different than the legal action. Now, the main task before the police authority is to collect the evidence, medical evidence, as well as the chain of the circumstances. Because the girls are so minor, then they won't be in a position what is meant by rape. But certainly they told in a very their language that what had happened with them by the accused and what accused had done. So I think police will require to collect circumstantial evidence basically. And the investigating team has been formed under the chairperson of a very senior lady police officer. So I am very optimistic that police will collect all the evidence. But unfortunately in this matter, some people are doing politics. They are bringing politics in the matter. Through your channel, I must say, the political people should restrain themselves from making such type of reckless, baseless statement so that would be beneficial to the accused.
Since you're bringing up the political angle, and you are affiliated to the BJP Shiv Sena, you contested on the ticket of the BJP in the recently concluded Lok Sabha election. The opposition is calling for the case to be tried in a fast-track court. It's also, pointing out connections of the Bharatiya Janata Party leaders to the school. In Pune Porsche hit-and-run case, we also saw how influence works, where the accused was initially given a punishment as lenient as writing an essay. What are your views on that?
See, I must tell you that I'm working as a special public prosecutor since 1990. I conducted serial Bombay bomb blast case, the terror attack on Mumbai, then Shakti Mill gang rape case, Gateway of India. And during the regime of all these opposition party, I was working as a special public prosecutor. The first thing is that my appointment as a special PP was made on the demand of the public agitation yesterday, which I had made at Badlapur. It is not an appointment made by the Deputy Chief Minister on his own, but he was told by the delegation of the people, and one of the minister, Girish Mahajan, was present, and before him the people have demanded my services. Number two, no doubt I contested the election, but after that election, I had again appearing as a public prosecutor in this case, and through your channel I can assure the public at large that whosoever who may be, if there is an evidence, he will be punished according to law. This I can vouch and I can assure you, at not only through your channel, to the entire the public at large. And I know that many things what had happened earlier also, when the political opposition party was in the power, how they tried to save the Maitini idol and etc. I was working as a public prosecutor. They know for certain that I am not going down to succumb any pressure. So I assure everyone that look, whosoever the accused may be, whatever his status may be, I will see that justice will be done to the victims.
Now, there was stone pelting. What we know is that 25 police officials were injured. The Chief Minister says these protests were politically motivated. Very few locals and people from outside were brought in. Now, Mr. Ujjwal Nikam, do you see it that way? Do you think, given the sensitivity of the issue and the outrage that we witnessed, that there was anything to do with political parties, that it was politically motivated?
See, I don't want to comment upon what statement Mr. Chief Minister has made. But certainly I must agree that there was a spontaneous outcry when that incident was noticed, and of course, no doubt, because the intelligence information says that some people have entered into that Andolan Karte, and they tried to increase it by making certain slogans, and therefore the Chief Minister has said that is being politically motivated. But I don't know factually what has happened on the spot, but if Chief Minister is saying like that, there must be some ring of truth in it.
All right. Let's just talk about the rising crime against women in not just, this particular case that we are talking about, Badlapur, but we've recently witnessed what happened in Kolkata, the horrific rape and murder of a trainee doctor. What is the need of the hour?
It's not the question of the stringent provision of law. It's a question that what precautionary measures can be more effectively adopted by incorporating certain penal provisions, even in POCSO also, like CCTV cameras. Now, whether they were installed when the small child or girl goes to washroom, whether they were working, if not working, whether it should be treated as a criminal negligence, and if it is to be treated as a criminal negligence for not maintaining proper care and caution, such management people should be booked and punished under the law. So, in POCSO, we will require to make certain amendments. It is not a question of only severe sentence, but it's a question of if certain negligence being adopted without paying any attention about the functioning and working. When the child goes to the washroom, who is escorting that child to the washroom, whether female staff should be there, and what the class teacher takes the precaution, or what the principal, somebody should be, there should be some post in such school whose primary duty is to see whether the precautionary measures are being functioning or not, so that tomorrow one should not take any defense that CCTV is not working or there was a power failure, what efforts he had taken, whether the generator is installed in the school or not. So I think because on the backdrop of this Badlapur incident, many questions are cropped up in respect of the precautionary measures to be taken so far as the child students are concerned.
Mr. Nikam, what is your message to the public, especially to the family of the victims?
Frankly speaking, I must tell you that we must give some time to the investigating agency instead of indulging in political arena. It's a blot throwing. Who is blamed? Blame need not be given at this juncture. Let the investigation be conducted in a fair manner, and whosoever is a culprit, they should be booked. And I am sure that the investigating agency will file the charge sheet very soon. Till that time, we have to maintain law and order situation.
Right, Mr. Nikam, thank you very much for speaking with us. You're saying that the issue should not be politicized. Let's see how things move on from here. Thank you very much for giving us your time. With that, we're slipping into a short break.